Today we are doing a reading for my good friend Erik Anthony. He is a longtime paranormal investigator. He has his own podcast. Pondcast? All right. He has his own podcast called the Hauntological Society. And he is the first person that spirit ever came through for me. We'll probably get into it, but his family comes through very readily for me. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Can't promise what's gonna happen. Let's check it out. Covered in dog hair, but he'll understand. He gets it. In the future, what else do we get? And somebody's aunt. I mean, they're all here. All the ladies. Pink flower, what's that about? That doesn't normally help me. I feel terrible for saying that, because again, it's like spirit is trying to help me out, and I'm like, pink flower. That's really kind of an obvious thing, They're showing me something gold. Okay, they come through with a lot of stuff for Erik. Erik's family is very strong in spirit, which is really interesting for me because my dad and I have both experienced the opposite with our family from that same kind of cultural background. Both sides of our family are both, Erik's family and my family are both, from true Appalachia, and his side comes through so strongly, and my dad's family, who are from Kentucky, they don't come through at all for me or for him. It's really interesting. I can't say what that's about. Oh, is it like there's like a chain to it, but it's a short one. It's either a bracelet or it's one of those, what is that called? It's the, oh, son of a bitch. It's the, like a tie pin or something? Tie pin. There's a man. Owned it. Of course he did. Why are they showing me a salesman? Like a door-to-door salesman. I don't know what this is about. Obviously I don't. Because I'm just the messenger. Aha. I think they're just waiting for Erik. Because they're not giving me much besides, like, this is what I'm doing in my day. See, I'm just getting all this imagery, which is also really obvious imagery for me. There's something... Can you show me that again? Jam? It's like a berry jam. It's really tart. I don't know if it's like boysenberry. I've never had boysenberry jam, but it's something like that, where it's not like it's not a fruit that I would normally get as a jam myself, which is interesting. Made it for him. Somebody's making jam or something. Tart? Is it rhubarb? Now why do I feel like it's rhubarb? I'm writing that down. My handwriting shit. My handwriting goes wonky when I'm talking to spirit. Let's see what else. They're gonna talk to me alone any more than what they're giving me. Or is it tart cherries? No, it's rhubarb. Boysenberry. E a letter. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O Q R S S name. V name. Is there a message you have? The thing I liked about talking to Erik's family is they communicate in a very specific way. I can feel it right now. They're here, and it's like I get this little old lady. I had this one of the last times I communicated. I had this little old lady pulling my shoulder down, and she's talking to me in my ear, like where it always comes like where I hate to use this word, but because they don't like this word, but like we're gossiping after church. She's like, tell him about this, and that's what she said. Tell him about. That's what she used to say that's what she said the first time I did this reading for him. She being his can't remember if it's his great aunt or his grandma. Tell him about this. But I just like how they do that. That's so fun. It's always so fun talking to them. So I got to remember they're talking to me on this side, because sometimes I'm like, what are you saying? And I'm like, wait, no. I don't know why it's like that either. That's another thing I haven't been able to figure out. I keep getting like galoshes, glory, globe, gloves, glow, something, GLO, or something. I don't know what it is. I'm going to be saying that a lot. I say that a lot in general. I just heard my dad say, how are ya? My dad was born in Ashland Boyd, Kentucky, and I don't think he ever lost the hint of the accent. Like, there's sometimes he says stuff and you're like, you're not from around these parts. And one of the things is when he's like really happy to see someone, he says, how are ya? It's like, I can't even do it justice. How are you? Nope, can't do it. Weird. I have so many questions. Well, I've got a feeling he's, like, if he could help me by asking questions, I'll get more information. Because all I have is, like, what do you want to say to Erik? And it's just like, he's such a good boy. I say that, like, I said I talk to my dogs. They don't say it like that. They, like, I'll explain it when Erik gets here. Cards. Ooh! Playing cards, are we, ladies? They don't want to talk to me until Erik gets here. I can feel it. Always the women. I did connect to I think it was his grandfather once, and that was really interesting too. I don't want to admit this, but they're telling me to refresh my lipstick. I'll talk to guests. If you don't talk to guests without refreshing your lipstick. That's what they were telling me. Not my color. I know it's not your color. It's my color. Let's see what he says. What's with Danny K? I'm sure that's just who they liked listening to, because I don't think he's gonna know that. I'm not taking a swipe at him. I just feel like that's like really niche. Unless he knows that his family members, like one of the women, like really was in love with Danny Kaye. Which, I mean, I understand. Don't like this. He's here. Let's see. I can't promise what's gonna happen. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you fine. Hope it sounds good.
Yeah, no, it's great. No, don't worry about it.
Okay, good.
I've been writing down stuff, and I'm trying to find this thing that I was shown, and I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay.
I think I figured it out. Yeah. Okay. It might be this. It's so strange. Okay, well, first of all, hi. Thank you for for doing this.
Thanks for inviting me.
How you been?
Um,
Of course. I'm so excited to I always love reading for you and your
thank
family.
you, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Um, just getting by, the usual.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Um, so it's so funny that, I always end up doing a reading for your family around this time of year. Um, and they are coming through real strong. They're showing me a lot of stuff, but they're not like fully interacting with me, because it's like I feel like that's pretty typical. I know that we've had the women in your family specifically are always the ones coming through to me. They reached out to me first. What was it? 2 Halloweens ago now? I think 2. Yeah,
I think that's right.
because it was Beulah first. Um, and then it was your, I can't remember, was it your aunt or your grandma?
Oh, my grandma.
Okay, yeah, it was your grandma, and then your
Yes.
grandfather. Okay. Have you had any, like, instances where you felt anything of them around you
Oh,
or
yeah.
anything like that? Like
Yesterday
lately?
was my birthday for one thing, and so
Wait, today is your birthday?
yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Happy
Thank you,
birthday.
thank you.
Oh, that's what they were showing me a cake. I'll get into that in a minute, but go ahead. I'm so sorry.
But so I went to the football game yesterday in Charlotte, and I on the way there I had like an 11-11 experience. Which I have all the time. It's not uncommon for me to have those almost every single day since my grandmother died. But
Mhm.
a she, I had like something drew my eyes to the clock, and it wasn't quite 11:11, but when it turned to 11:11, um, a song come on the radio that coincided with 11:11, and it was like, what song was that? Oh my God. It was like it was like a ballad song. I want to say it was like Mama, I'm coming home, but I'm not sure if that's it or not. But it was something similar to that. But it had like significance to the to like my grandma or whatever. Like it made me think of her immediately. So I was like, that felt like, confirmation.
That is so cool. Okay. Well, first of all, again, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm sure that that was her
Yeah.
because um when I was getting ready for this reading, and I tapped in, it felt very familiar. They were showing, but in an interesting way. It's and I don't have any theories on this or anything, but it almost feels like they're in the same, like they're like in a complementary time period where, like, I tapped in and I said, I saw women sitting on front porches. I saw their shoes. I saw pantyhose, and then I saw like sundresses, like floral dresses, moving in the wind, like, and then like a really thin walkway up to a
Yep.
house. And I said, hi, ladies. And they immediately were like, it is, it is not the time. You do not need to be that loud. Like there was something about, and at first it was like, it's not Sunday, is it? And they were like, no, but it's still not, like, you don't got to be that loud to say hi to us. And I was like, oh, okay. And they gave me the impression that yes, it's Monday. But this is the time that the men are gone and they've gotten through like their morning chores, and now they can just like sit and be together and talk, and it can be nice and quiet, no one's bugging them. And then I come up and I'm like, hey ladies, and they're like, you don't have to be that loud. It's noon on a Monday.
Say, oh, do you say sundress? Could it be like a house coat, like the older ladies used to wear?
Yeah, yeah. It's I say sundress. It's just like it's yeah, it's just like a cottony floral dress that they would have worn like all day
That's
long.
it.
Not like your Sunday best. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she had a house coat that she would always wear that was exactly like you say. It was like a flowery house coat, but it buttoned up in the front, and it was almost like when you say cottony, to me, it almost felt like it was kind of thick a little bit because it was like it was definitely like cotton material. It wasn't like very
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like when I think
Yeah, I hear what
sundress,
you're
I think like
saying.
real thin material, but this was like a little thicker. And but she would always throw
Yeah.
that on like and wear it like every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was that same length.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a dress under it probably. So, yeah, no, I can see that. I know exactly what you're talking about. And then okay, so this is interesting.
Yeah.
So, your family has like deep roots in
Yep.
Appalachia, right? Have you listened to Tyler Childers at all?
I know who he is, but I've never listened to him. Not I'm not extensive.
I've been listening to his newest album and some of his older stuff too. And I'm like, I like just last night I took a big pause listening to his album just because of coincidence. I don't even know. And then last night I was like, I need to listen to his music tonight. And then I was like, I need to get it on vinyl. I need to hear this on vinyl. And I mean, I love his music. I'm a big fan of him. But I'm like, he's also deeply rooted in Appalachia. And his music is, a lot of the themes are very, very deeply rooted in the culture of Appalachia. And I was like, okay, I think I'm getting ready. I just didn't realize it, but and this morning I was like, I think I've been getting ready for Eric's reading. Um, so because the sense that I got is these women, there's multiple of them. I think there's two that I'm feeling right now. Two. And I get the sense that they're like getting ready And maybe it was your birthday, but also, veil is thinning. It's that time of year where people start thinking about mortality. They start thinking about their ancestors more, their loved ones who have crossed over. So I'm getting the sense, like I've had before in your readings, like they're like getting ready for a family event. Um and
Just
it's
had a family
really interesting.
event.
You did
Yeah, Saturday.
for your birthday.
It was not for my birthday. It just happened to be a random family reunion. It was Saturday.
Really?
Mhm.
Um I feel like it's your grandmother and one of your aunts, because I
Okay.
wrote down aunt somebody is here and they're hanging out together on the porch and they're talking and they're just this is just like something they would do or are doing now. And okay, at this family reunion, did somebody make something with jam? Or did somebody used to make something? I don't know if it's jam. I don't know what this is, but they were showing me something tart with like a berry, but it's not a berry that I would normally choose, or it's like rhubarb. I don't.
I know what it is. So,
Well,
I even talked about this at the family reunion. So when we used to go hang out at my grandma's, like everybody would come to my grandma's house like Saturday or Sunday and hang out. And
mhm.
sometimes they'd bring food and sometimes they would just come hang out. But when they would have like food up there, I had an aunt that would always make this like what she called cherries jubilee, and it was like it was like a cherry, like I don't know how to describe it. It was like a cherry, like had a cherry um like a compote kind
Like
of.
a
Yeah,
compote.
yeah, yeah. But it
Yeah.
would have like crunchy like crispies in it and would have like whipped cream and stuff. And it was I'm not a huge fan. I don't usually go for that type of dessert, but whatever it was, I loved that and it was really good. And so I actually talked about that at the thing Saturday. So that makes sense.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so in that you said who made that? Your aunt?
Yeah, one of my aunts. And I couldn't remember which one it was that made it because I have so many of them.
That's so funny because I literally wrote aunt somebody. I
Mhm.
don't know which aunt it is.
Makes sense. That's exactly right.
Oh my God. That's so funny. And then, okay. And then there's something they were trying to tell me something. I think it was the aunt that is here that I'm talking to. Something about galoshes or glory or like some GLO something. And I don't know what it is. And I just keep seeing her trying to tell me gala. And I'm like, galoshes? I don't know what it is. So if that's not clicking now, think about it. Keep it in mind. Cause I can't, is it glory? But she's like adamant that she was trying to tell me that. And I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. Gala.
That one I'm not sure about yet. That's not clicking, but it doesn't mean it's up. It
Yeah.
just it's funny how you get those like little hints and then you might figure it out down the road.
That's exactly how it works for me, for everybody. Like just yesterday, I did a reading for someone, and right after I signed off with her, she got on the phone with her mom and realized how much of the stuff was validated through her mom about a completely different family member. And she messaged me and she was like, "Oh my God, hold on. I'm recording a phone call with my mom, and this happened and that happened." Okay. And then they showed me as if you were standing in front of them now as you are, much shorter than you. And they showed me like one of them, and I think it was your aunt, kind of like almost like patting you, going, "He's a good boy. He's a good boy." And they're talking about more time with you, wanting more time with you.
Funny.
And there's
I was gonna say when
oh
my
sorry.
grandmother died on my mom's side, the one that just died like just a couple years ago, um,
Mhm.
be 2 years in June. Her last words to somebody was that he's a good boy, and that so
Oh,
that kind of makes sense.
oh, how sweet. Oh my
She's
God. I love these women.
you would have loved her for sure. She would have been right up your alley because you're all into like crafts and crocheting. She would have been your that would have been your go-to like horse right there. She would have been all in that.
Did she also do watercolor? Somebody
Um,
painting something? Somebody was painting.
maybe back in the day, like I never really saw her paint much. Although
Hmm.
did like work. She did like a lot. She was very crafty, so it's possible that she did. But I only remember her like
Hmm.
crocheting and knitting and stuff like that.
Yeah, it could have also just been like house stuff, but they were showing me watercolors and painting, or she had watercolors in her home. That's
Did have
totally
watercolors in her
possible.
home. They were like almost like Japanese
Oh.
style paintings.
Oh, okay, that's what she's showing me.
Yeah,
Okay. And then they're just so excited. I think it must have been about this family reunion thing because when I was sitting here getting ready, my dad was born in Eastern Kentucky and my whole family is from McGuffin County. My dad's side of the family is all from McGuffin County. And he never lost the accent completely. It always kind of just comes out in random places. And when he gets really excited to see someone that he hasn't seen in a while, but he goes, "How are ya?" And I can't recreate it, but I heard him say that in my head about your family. So they're all just like excited and they're all gathering and now that makes sense. It's not just about the fact that Halloween is coming up, it's about the fact that y'all just had a big family reunion. Okay. And then okay. They like playing cards. Who liked playing cards?
so I just get together with my aunts and some of her friends. She told me stories about her husband or like going like playing like cards because she was like she said back in those days that's what we did. We just got together and hung out played cards. She was like not like people today. Like again, that's what we did.
Like your grandmother said
That's
this?
what she said. Yeah.
Oh my god. And it was actually that makes sense because as I was sitting here and I was like, "Oh, they're playing cards." And I was trying to communicate to them, "He'll be here. He's having some like tech issues or whatever." And the second that I said tech issues, I knew they clocked out. They were like, "Nah, I don't know what that is. I don't care." And then what's the sugar covered donuts or something? You know how like you can get apple cider donuts at this time of
Yeah.
year? It's something like that.
Is it like an apple fritter?
It could be. It's a sugary donut, and I kept there's like a lot of there's a lot of sugar on it.
So I used to work at this restaurant before got a job working for Coca-Cola, and my grandmother, like some of the last days she was able to drive, she would come and see me like once a week, and she would always stop by. And she became one of my best friends worked there with me, and so she got to know him, and she really liked him, and she would always bring us like she would stop at Ingles, which is a grocery store, and
Yeah.
buy like a grocery like a box of their donuts from their deli or from their bakery and bring it to us to be like,
Oh,
here's your treat. And so we'd like when she'd come in, like she would have like treats for us or whatever. And then like when she would leave, we'd all like have like a donut or whatever.
that's so sweet. Oh my God, I love her so much.
Yeah, she was the best.
And then who's the S name? The letter S?
Yes. Well, her name is Sissy. That's what I called her.
Sissy. That's right. That's right. It was Sissy. And then the V name,
Could be a lot of people.
probably. That could be hard. You got a big family.
You're telling me.
Don't you love that? A medium is like, hey, there's a V name, and you're like, well, just let me just like pull out my Rolodex of my entire Appalachian family. Who somebody has a name that started with V. Okay, I'll try.
For those whoever's watching us and doesn't realize, my father was the baby of 14 kids, and
14. I remember that.
he was the baby.
Oh my God.
When my grandfather died in 1990, it was either 94 or 96. But in the newspaper, it said that he had 45 grandchildren and 55 great grandchildren at that time.
That is a lot of Christmas cards.
Yeah, we literally
That's a lot.
we literally so the last time we had a family reunion before this past Saturday, it was for my grandparents' 50th anniversary for their wedding, and
Uh-huh.
we had to rent out the rec center in town because we couldn't find a place big enough to hold all of us.
Can I just tell you that that may be, out of everything, the most Appalachian thing I've ever heard
It's ridiculous
in
how
my
big. Like
whole
the
life.
average family size in my family is at least like a couple with about 5 to 6 kids.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Oh
I'm
my God.
exception. I only have one kid, like, and I was like, I'm not having any more than that. I'm good.
One is enough. Yeah.
I don't need any more.
Yeah, no. I don't know if this is just something they were showing me that they would deal with on like a Monday when the men are gone. But was there someone who was a door-to-door salesman in your family, or was that something that they were showing me like it's not Sunday? Because I was asking them, is it Sunday? Is that why you're telling me I'm not supposed to be loud? And they were like, no, it's not Sunday. It's not Sunday. It's not the Lord's day, but at the same time, dear God, you're waking up heaven. Was there a door-to-door salesman in your family, or were they just showing me that today's a working day and that's one of the things they would deal with?
Specifically about the door to door thing, but it's very possible that one of them was. Like I said, there's so many of them. Who knows?
I know that's very true. And then there's something else that they were showing me around that same moment. It's a gold. There's like it's something gold, and and I thought it was like a piece of jewelry, and I don't know if this would be considered jewelry, but I think it's a tie pin, and it's got a tiny little chain on it.
It's a bird.
And they made me feel like you were supposed to have
Is it
that.
a monkey?
I don't know. All I saw was gold chain, and I see the little like end of it, and I think it's a tie clip with like the little chain on it.
I'm pretty sure it's a brooch. And my grandmother used to have a brooch that was a monkey that had a gold chain for its tail. Yeah.
Oh, and you have
Yeah.
it because she told me you were supposed to have that.
I don't have
Okay,
it like accessible, but I do have it. Yes,
but it's in, like in your possession. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
because she would always wear it. And it was my favorite, and I would. She had this drawer, and you'd pull it out, and it was like tons of brooches, and I would always make her wear the monkey.
Oh, I love that. This next thing, oh, first of all, first of all, I've told you so many things already. I think that this was in honor of your birthday, and this is what I was looking up when you came on here, is they were showing me some kind of dessert, and it was separate from what they had shown me with the cherries jubilee, and at first I thought, is it heart shaped? Is it like, what is this? And I was looking it up, and I think they were showing me something called the Appalachian stack cake. Have you had it?
Is it? Well, so my grandmother used to make a coconut cake for Christmas every year, and
Oh,
it would be multi-layered. It was like the best freaking, it was
yeah.
the best like coconut cake like ever. And I never got her recipe for it, but so I'll probably never have it again, but it was the best in the world.
Okay. And then this is the thing before and I want you to be able to ask them any questions you have, and let's see what we can get. I don't know what I'm going to be able to get more than what we've already gotten, because I think they're trying to show like they're here for the family reunion and your birthday and everything. Yeah, I just got chills when I said family reunion, so that must be what that is. Um but I think your grandma was trying to show me. I kept getting all this imagery of the actor Danny Kaye. Do you know who Danny Kaye was? You'd recognize him if you saw him. He was the other actor next to Bing Crosby in White Christmas. He was an actor, he was a singer, he was an absolute showman and a goofball. And his career was active most in like the 40s and the 50s, specifically from like 1945 to 1955. And I don't know if she just had like a soft spot for him, like he was her favorite singer, he was her favorite something. But I have been seeing Danny Kaye imagery. I will tell you how specific this is. I was looking up something in reference to a rising signs, and I saw that, and I was online like how many of these celebrities had this same rising sign, and I saw all this imagery of all these different celebrities, and then I kept seeing Danny Kaye everywhere, and I was like, well, that's interesting, I love Danny Kaye. And then I was on later on, like that night, this was last night, I was on Craigslist because I've been looking for a vinyl record cabinet for my husband to store all of our vinyls in, and for us to put our record player on top of. And I was just looking on Craigslist, and what do I see but somebody advertising a display for vinyl records, and the vinyl record on it was Danny Kaye, and underneath it said now playing. And I was like, somebody's really into Danny Kaye. So, I feel like you should watch one of his movies or something, because I think it's part of the message here is to do some stuff that, like, in honor of your grandma, in honor of your family as we get into the holiday season. Like, maybe ask somebody if they have, if their family had a recipe for coconut cake, and see if when you make it, does it taste anything like your grandma's. Watch White Christmas, listen to Danny Kaye singing White Christmas. Maybe try to make Cherry's Jubilee. And there's an emphasis to do this with your son as well. To kind of keep them alive in your son's life. I know I just spoke a lot. I'm so sorry.
I was actually looking up Danny Kaye as you're mentioning it, and I found out that his birthday is January 18th, and I thought it might have something to do with my grandmother's brother, so I looked up his birthday, and his birthday was actually January 6th, but he died on January
Interesting.
10th, which is like all right in that area. And what's weird is
Mm-hmm.
he would have been the showman person because he actually lived in New York City for a while, and he had this huge stack of like playbills that he would get from Broadway. And I
Oh,
would like when I was a kid, I remember going into his room and would like look through the boxes of like playbills, and he would tell me about all these like famous actors that he would go see on Broadway that were now like in movies or whatever. And I was like, because one time we went to see Superman, he was like, I saw Christopher Reeve on Broadway, and I was like, what? And so
oh.
I mean, it would be him. Like that was probably like his time because he was in the Air Force right after World War II. He was in like Korea and stuff.
Okay. And Danny Kaye was, I think he was born in New York City, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
I think.
that's the association that I make. That's the only that would make sense.
What was his name?
We called him CV, but his actual name is Clarence Vernon.
Vernon. Okay. So good. Okay. Was he close with your grandma?
Oh yeah. After her husband died, he moved back from New York, and they lived together till the day he died.
And this was
This was her brother, her brother.
her brother.
Yeah, he was very close to me too. Every Saturday, he would take me to the movies. So if you ever hear me like quote movies and stuff, it's because I've seen like every freaking movie under the sun thanks to him. Like, because he would take me to movies that I probably shouldn't have been watching. I mean, like, I remember going to see like Predator in the theater, and I'm like, I think Predator came out in the '80s. I was like probably 8 or 9, and I'm like in there watching Predator, going, "This is awesome."
You need to have like the one. This is so funny because yesterday I did a reading for someone where like the fun uncle came through. And I feel like this is a similar vibe that I'm getting from him of like, I'm going to be the one that breaks the rules.
He definitely
Um
did.
yeah. um oh, that's so cool. That's who I was seeing because I was like, who's Danny Kaye? I know you're not relate. I mean, I'm not a genealogist, but I'm like, I don't think you're related to Danny Kaye. So what's going on? And that's who they were showing me. And he would have been at the house. Did he dress real nice? And when he was younger, did he dress in like suits?
Like
Like
he has
three
a
piece
very like
suits? Not three
he
piece.
had, he had a very like New York style tone. Like, it's like it was very very New York.
Yeah, yeah. Cause like that's the vibe I got. This guy showing up to the house, and I thought he was a door to door salesman because he did not feel like the people at the house. He felt very polished. He felt very East Coast, very put together. And not that your family wasn't, but like these women are just trying to get through the day. They've got like a ton of stuff in the oven. They're trying to clean the house. They're trying to take care of the yard, the land, the everything. And then this man shows up, and that's what I was seeing. And I still feel like they were telling me about the brooch, but I was also feeling like there was some kind of like tie pin. They're really nice put together, suit pressed, and they were kind of looking at him like, what do you need all that for? um oh my gosh, okay, that's who that was. He wasn't a door-to-door salesman. He was your uncle. Okay. And the V name, Vernon. Okay. And then who's Heather?
I don't know who that one is.
Or is there Heather? I heard that, but that's also a flower. Heather's also a flower, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that was just Heather around the house because I heard the word Heather and my brain immediately said, "Oh, that's a
Isn't
name."
Heather kind of like baby's breath?
They were. Hold on, let me look because they were showing me tiny white flowers. God, that Appalachian stack cake looks amazing. By the way, I might have to make that. That looks damn good. um, this your family's just making me hungry.
Yeah.
Heather the flower. Is it like? Oh, it's purple and it looks a lot. It almost looks like lavender,
Oh, okay. So
but it's tiny. The tiny flowers, though. You're right about the tiny flowers. I don't know if there was just Heather
what
and
you talking about?
oh, wait a second. It could be also
Just had a
something that's
thought.
seen a lot in that. What?
Okay, I just made a connection. I think I had a thought here. It's like ding ding. Okay, so you saw somebody who's very polished, almost like a door to door salesman. Does he look kind of tall with like short hair, sort of spiky?
Mhm. I don't see spiky
So
hair, but I do feel like he's taller and kind of thinner.
yes. So
Not
when my
super thin.
grandmother when my grandmother died, she left her estate to my cousin, and he was her power of attorney when she died, and
Okay.
he is very very wealthy. He inherited a lot of money from his wife's family, very wealthy,
Um,
and his job was to make sure that he dispersed my inheritance from her. They would do it like at a so that I couldn't get everything in one lump sum. I would just get increments of it till it runs out. And
yeah.
but he dresses to the nines always. Like he lives in the richest part of town. He dresses in the nicest clothes. He drives the nicest cars. That kind of
Oh.
deal. That's what I think. And you said Heather, and it makes me think because he would always do like floral arrangements and stuff for people because he had a flower shop. He had a floral shop, and he met his wife because she had a an art store, and so they kind of intermingled. Like that's how they met. So it makes sense.
They had an they had an art store like watercolor.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh my God. Okay. Are they still here
yes.
on this? Okay. So that's what she's showing me then is she was showing me because it almost feels like he comes up and he's not like a bad figure in this. It's just like it almost feels like he comes up to the house and he's casting this shadow
Oh yeah,
and it feels like again it didn't feel like he was with them even though they're related. It didn't feel like he was there to like he was part of the house. It felt like different, almost like different time periods in a way.
yeah. He's a little older than I am. Um, he's been going through some health problems lately, but he's still here. I can kind of see
Mm.
why there might be a little shadow cast on him as well. It's a weird sort of there's a weird dynamic there. I have no ill will towards him or anything, but it just kind of feels it's a very strange
It's just
dynamic.
different, very different people.
Yeah, because he grew up so wealthy and became so wealthy, uh,
Yeah,
almost like a different type of people than my grandmother as well.
yeah. Did he have a good relationship? Well, he was the power of attorney. He was the power of attorney. Did he have a
Say
good
it again. You
relationship
kind of
with your
broke up.
grandmother, or was she just kind of like, oh, sorry. He was the power of attorney. So did he have a good relationship with your grandmother, or was it kind of just like, well, he's the oldest one. I'll just send it on
Well,
over. I'll have him be the
what
one.
happened was so what happened was my mom was supposed to be the power attorney, and there were some things that kind of happened in the family and got weird. And so when she stopped doing the things she was supposed to do, he when my grandmother got sick and was unable to take care of herself, he was the one that took her in, and because he was the one with the means to do it, so to speak. And so
Right,
I
right.
think like she was she was sort of I think she sort of felt obligated to give him something, and so she gave him
Yeah.
power of attorney. And when she passed, he actually got her house, and when she which he turned around and sold immediately. And so to me, that would be why I could see a shadow, you know, cast over him because she wanted that house. That was because that's where her mom lived. That's where she grew up.
Yeah.
And he turned around
That's
and
like an
sold it.
inheritance.
Yeah. And he turned
And
around.
that's the salesman.
Yes. He sold it immediately.
Interesting. And then who, and forgive me, your mom is still
She's still up. Yes.
living. She's still alive. I wonder who owns the house now.
I don't know. I actually tried to see if I could take control of the house in some form or shape to keep it, and it never happened.
Do you still live in the town where this house is?
I live like 5 minutes from there.
That's right. I'd keep an eye on that house.
Yeah.
I
Um,
don't I don't know why. I just feel like it's giving me the sense, and I don't know if this is wishful thinking on my part, so maybe take this part with a grain of salt because I don't want to give anybody any false hope here, but maybe it doesn't feel like that house isn't yours anymore. Like it's not your family's anymore. It feels like it's just temporarily. Does that make
but
sense? Like it feels like it's temporarily being loaned out. It feels like the people there are renting,
I hope this.
but they might not actually be renting.
Yeah, I get.
You know what
I
I
understand what
mean?
you're saying. I tried every way possible to get that house because I felt like to lose that was like losing a piece of her because it was such an important part of my family. Like she literally tore down her mom's house to rebuild that house. And in fact, when her brother died, he was in the hospital, and one of his last wishes that he wanted to go home to pass away in the home.
Oh,
And so she, my grandmother, drove him to the house and carried him in the house with like one arm so that he could die in the house.
this was Clarence Vernon.
Yes. Yeah. She drug him into the house. She said it was all she told me, she's like, it was all I could do to get him in the house, but I got him in here because that's what he wanted.
Oh
And
my God.
so she got him what he wanted. Well, when she got sick and I would go sit with her in the hospital, one day it was just me and her, and she was kind of like talking like sort of soft and was very weak, and when you would talk to her, she was just like a little whisper. Well, there was
Yeah.
this one of the last things that she said to me. She looked at me in the face and said, "I want to go home." Clear as a bell, clear, crystal clear. And I never I immediately thought of like what CV had said, that he wanted to go home, and I
Mhm.
thought that's what she meant. I was wondering if
Yeah.
she was just telling me that she wanted to go home as in like die and pass on, because uh it wasn't long after that she passed.
I mean, that makes sense to
Yeah.
me. I also heard when I was first tapping in here before you got on, I heard um, go to glory.
But oh wait,
Go to
Gloria,
glory.
Gloria, Gloria, right? Gloria in the highest, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go home to
No, no,
glory.
no.
Yeah.
Hold on. My grandmother belonged to an Episcopal church. That's the type of church
Uh-huh.
that she went to. They
Mm-hmm.
sing this song. Uh, they would say "Praise be to glory" or "Gloria in the highest" was one of their songs. And that was the
Yep.
songs they
Mm-hmm.
sing like every day, every mass.
Yeah. And she said to me, and I couldn't figure out it when she was saying gala, I was like galoshes, and then I thought, well, glory, go home to glory. I don't know if that's what that is.
It's Gloria in the highest.
Yeah. And then so wait, backing up a second. That land, there was a house before that house that also was in your
Yes.
family. So that land itself, and it's so important because she's showing me, and I remember last time she was showing me the land. She was showing me like flowers in the meadow
Yep.
and all of this stuff. And what's interesting is the heather, there is a specific type called mountain golden heather. It's native to the Linville Mountains of North Carolina. And there's other heather like flowers like mountain laurel, which is an iconic Appalachian shrub. Um, So it's probably one of those two. I'm thinking it's the second one. So I don't know if that was just planted around that land, but that land is so important because she keeps showing it to me. And I feel, again, I don't want to give false hope, Erik, but it doesn't feel like, and maybe it's just because it will always be a part of your family no matter who legally owns it, but it just doesn't feel like y'all don't own it. It doesn't feel like it's not y'all's. It feels like whoever's living there, it's temporary. I mean, obviously, but I don't know. I keep an eye. I'm sure you already do, but I'd keep an eye on that house, Erik, because it doesn't feel like you're done. It doesn't feel like your family's done with that house. I would keep an eye on it. Are there flowers still on the property?
Yeah.
There are.
She died.
There was like a whole meadow. Did you say? I couldn't. It
It
cut
was it
out.
was like there's a lot of rose bushes like by that was like lined around her house.
And they're still
Yeah,
there. Have you ever met the people who own the house?
not the new ones now.
Don't do this unless they say it's okay. I'm not telling you to steal flowers, but if you ever see them, if you ever drive by and you see them out there, which I feel like you will at some point, explain to them, the situation that this used to be your family's home, and ask them if maybe if there are still flowers blooming, which I don't know if there are at this time of year. But if you see any flowers blooming, ask them if you can take one. Because I think to go put on your grandmother's grave. Yeah, because she was showing me you getting a cutting, something small, and you taking it to her grave. I think she would like that. And then is Clarence Vernon, is he buried near her?
Like family section.
Okay, so they're buried in the same cemetery.
The TV's there, and my great grandmother's there.
Yeah, I would um say hi to them as well. I'm sure he wouldn't mind a flower as well, but of course, if you can only get one, that's totally fine too. um, but I think that would make them very happy. There's just something here about how they're not leaving after the reunion. I mean, they're always with you, especially your grandmother. She always comes through so strong. She's doing that. Like, yes, we did it. We talked. But I think they're going to be around a lot as you go into the holidays, and I think it would just absolutely delight them if you did some stuff as nods to them if you don't already do it, which I'm sure you do, but like the coconut cake, the cherries jubilee, the and bringing your son into it. Um because if they were here, they would be bringing him into it. They would be passing along all of these traditions and all of these things. And then I keep an eye on that house.
Oh, that house isn't far out of my
I
sight. I
would.
promise you that.
I know it isn't because it feels like a family heirloom. It doesn't feel like it doesn't belong to y'all, even though I know legally it doesn't belong to y'all right now. And of course, don't do anything financially like risky because I say so. But if that house comes up for sale at some point, and they keep emphasizing October, and they always come to me in October. Maybe it's just this time of year, but they said October. Are you showing me anything
It was
else?
just a big month for my
September.
family, you know.
Yeah, it really is. September, October. I don't know if that's.
Ooh,
I would just continue keeping an eye on that house, and I would just like expect it to maybe. I don't know if this is right, so take it with a grain of salt. But if it shows up at a time, if it goes up for sale at a time where most people aren't putting their houses up for sale, like it's a slower time in the year, I wouldn't be surprised. I can't tell you how many years from now, but I would not be surprised. So keep me updated on that because I'm so curious. The house feels like a person because when you were telling the story of your uncle wanting to go back to the house to pass, it almost felt like, okay, this is gonna sound so weird, but it's you, so I don't, uh, but so you're gonna probably be okay with me saying something so weird, but the way that it felt like is it was like your uncle was going, okay, I'm just gonna say like going back into the womb when she took him back to the house.
That was a childhood home. That's exactly what. Yeah, I understand totally.
Yeah, like that's how deep it
Yeah,
goes.
because I mean,
That's how deep.
his mama died in the house before that. The one that they tore down. Like, so she died there. He died there. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it was like he was going back to his mother, and she was probably there to, I can't confirm this, but she was probably there to receive him. And
Yeah, I
that's,
guarantee it.
yeah. Your family is so beautiful. I'm so grateful to always get to communicate with them. Do you have any questions for any of them? I can try to, because it feels like they're all kind of on the call, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. And if it's okay if you say no, because I know we've done a bunch of readings with them.
Not that I can think of,
Um,
like, not off the top of my head. Usually, if I feel like I have a question, I'll just hit you up and be like, "Yo, what's up with this?"
yeah, feel free. I mean, they seem to always be around, and it's so interesting because my as I think I've told you, my dad's side of the family, the Appalachian side, they don't come through for me at all. And it almost feels like your family is like, "Don't worry, we'll we'll talk to you." But God, they're delightful. I just your family is so there's just such a deep connection there. You're very fortunate to have that.
But
And they're always around you. My God, these women, you are their guy. And they even said more time with you, more time with you.
it makes sense because I mean, my very first experience was my grandmother. You know, he was there.
Yeah.
What was weird is we inherited her house and we lost that house, and it's this weird reoccurring thing that just keeps going over and over. It's so strange.
Yeah. No, I get it. That house doesn't feel, I mean, it still feels like part of you, but it's the other house. And we keep coming back to it because she kept showing me it in our last readings. Like when she was saying, like, tell him about the walk and the walk that you guys took because she wanted to take a walk.
Oh yeah, she
Um,
did.
yeah. It's always about the land because you mentioned like the first house they tore it down but it was the land, it
Yeah.
was the lot the house is on that is the most important thing. So, and I don't, it's just not, y'all aren't done.
Oh,
I can't explain any more than that though.
I do have a question. I just thought about something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Real quick, this will be my last thing because I'm gonna have to go here shortly. I got to get ready for work. But
Oh yeah.
what do they know or what do you pick up about this white wolf that?
Oh, and you saw this when you were driving,
Yeah,
right?
I've been getting a lot.
And it was,
I've been getting a lot of downloads lately. It's insane. Like it's crazy. We could probably talk again for another 2 hours on just my downloads that I've gotten recently.
which I would be totally down to if you're open
Yeah,
to it.
we can
Like,
totally do that.
I'm, we can do a part two.
It might be something that we need to get into completely, but I mean,
Yeah, because it feels completely separate. It's so strange, but I'd be totally down to do a part two because it does feel completely separate, but it does, all I got right now is it feels connected to the land. It feels connected to the land, but it feels separate from your family. But I could be wrong on that. So I'd be down to do a part two if you want to.
we could totally do it because actually I sent the girls an email about it, giving them my whole saga, and I mentioned you in the email, and then I've kind of been wanting to go on tell the story on Campfire because it's so insane. It's just it's literally one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me, like ever, hands down. Like the whole like where it's from the beginning to where I'm at right now, and that's saying a lot because
I
I've witnessed a lot.
Yeah, because you've seen some crazy shit. You've seen some stuff. So when you tell me like this is the craziest thing that's ever happened to me, and I'm like, oh, hold on.
Yeah, this is
You
serious.
don't
Like,
normally
I mean,
say
like,
stuff like that. Yeah.
I've been thinking about this a lot, and it started with it's gonna sound really weird, but like you said, I'm me, so I'm just gonna say it. Like it started with a
Yeah.
UFO that then I
Mm-hmm.
saw a ghost pirate ship, which led
Mm-hmm.
to the giant white wolf, and I can connect them all in this really weird sort of way. It's it's mind-boggling.
Do you know what it gives me the vibe of is, have you watched Hellier?
Yeah, yeah,
It gives me that vibe like there's something specifically that you're being sent. Like, and I don't know the full extent of this because I have not finished watching Hellier, admittedly. But when Greg Newkirk talks about an initiation process, there's
yeah.
something in like that
That,
going on.
I kind of felt that too. That's
You
why
feel that?
I keep saying download. It's what it is. It's a psychic download. It's and
Yeah, there's
ever
something.
ever since I've had that episode, like I've actually a couple times seen spirits psychically, or like where I'm not been that person before to actually see spirits, but I've not like from a psychic standpoint, from a medium,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I've seen them as if I'm a medium or something like that. Like I could be like, I saw this person, for example, I saw this little kid in the back of a van looking over at the seat at me, waving at me, but he was dressed like a 1950s New York child, like wearing a little newspaper cap and stuff. He did not belong in this
Yeah.
time. He didn't belong in this time, but he was in this car waving it. Or I saw a guy at work who I guess it was his grandmother had followed him to work, and she was standing behind him with her arms crossed, wearing like a pink and brown chevron dress with a belt on. She was thin. I saw her, and she didn't show up till he was there, but she definitely didn't work there because you had to have a uniform on. But I saw her. I knew she was there. And
See, I don't even see stuff like
so
that.
ever since this has started, like I've kind of seen stuff like that. Like the other night, okay, do you remember when I asked you about the person that was waving at me in my bedroom? Well, we have my girlfriend's mother's ashes, and I think her mother is waving at me, trying to get me to get her. Like, she's trying to get my attention. And the other night, I was laying in bed and I felt somebody pressing up my leg, like they were trying to get my attention. Like you squeeze somebody's leg.
Yeah.
Like I felt that. I felt my covers on the bed like pull tight, like somebody pulled the covers down on me.
Yeah. Yeah, she feels so different
Yeah,
from your family.
yeah,
Yeah, she's like a really strong perfume too.
yeah, that's her.
Um, like you know the strong perfumes that you get like the samples in the magazines where you're like you touch the magazine and you're like, "No, it's on me forever." Like I'm not trying to insult her, but like that's the vibe that I
That
get.
that's 100% it. She had a whole section of that on her bathroom above her toilet. Like she had all these like
Oh,
little
okay.
samples. My girlfriend's son would go in there, and he would always like, yeah, and he'd be like, "Hope you guys like musk." That was like one of the jokes they going over there.
That's what it smells like. It's just musk. Oh my god, that's so oh my god. And it's like the older kind from like it's the stuff that I'm getting hairspray and musky perfume kind of like pulling together and I'm like, "Oh, yeah. That smells like my childhood." Um Well, I mean, I'd be open to doing a reading with her, and I would definitely be open to doing a part two because it feels extremely weird. It feels like what you're experiencing is definitely like, and I don't even need to tell you this because you already know because you experienced it. It feels like high
This
strangeness.
is really high strange. I think yeah, if you want to do a part two, I'm down. Like because it feels like something like we could get into.
Yeah, I mean, already this was just from your family. Like this is, I'll take a picture of this and send this to you. But this is the just your family, so I can't even imagine. And I've never tried to tap into things of high strangeness. I've only ever tapped into people's family members or other spirits, like the ones at the cemetery. But I've never tapped into like anything high strange. So I mean, I'd be down. I can't promise anything, but we can try it.
I even like. Well, I'll tell you all this. Yeah,
If you go on Campfire Stories and tell this story, I'm gonna like run and grab a grab a notebook so I can take notes because I also feel like hearing you tell the story again with all of that energy that Two Girls One Ghost like cultivates. I don't know why. I hope you get to tell it so that I can take notes while you're telling it, because that's like they're like a power box of energy. So I'm curious what we get. So I'm gonna put it out there in the universe that you get to tell this story on Campfire Stories, because I want to hear it in that context as well. I don't know why, but I just feel like that would be very, very helpful for me. But thank
Yeah.
you
Oh, thank
for
you.
trusting me again with this reading with your family. They're absolutely beautiful. I adore them. And yeah, I don't think you need any excuse to go get some apple fritter donuts or go look up how to make cherries jubilee. But there's this sense that I'm getting of like, oh, it's Erik, let's spoil him. And if they were here, they would be bringing you food. They'd be bringing you treats. They would be just doting on you. So yeah, you don't need an excuse ever to go get a sweet treat, but they would do that if they were here. They'd be bringing you stuff, and especially for the holidays coming up. And they want you to bring your son into it too. They want you to tell your. And I'm sure you already do, but they want you to like do something special with your son, because they will be there with you when you do it. Yeah. Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.